Hello and welcome to class today. I'm sorry that you've not been feeling well, but I hope this video will help you feel a little bit better. If you want to gather your props while I tell you what today's class is about, you might want to gather 2 blocks, a bolster, a blanket, maybe your meditation cushion, have a drink, some water, some tea, something nearby in case you need to take a drink because we need to stay hydrated after we've been sick. So today's class is to help you loosen up the stiffness that you may feel after having been sick. Maybe you've had the flu, a stomach flu, and we get sore, we get achy, and the muscles just need a little bit of movement once we start to feel a little bit better. So that's what today's class is about. We will be starting with some yin style postures and adding small micro movements into those to help loosen those muscles. So as you're ready, go ahead and come to a seat. We'll make sure we can sit up nice and tall on the sit bones. We'll be stretching the legs long in front of us for our first posture. You can have the knees bent here, placing the bolster underneath. If you don't have a bolster, you can use your 2 blocks here. So we'll start with a nice tall spine. And then as we hinge from the hips to fold, thinking bringing the belly toward the thighs. Allow the back to round over, head and neck relax toward the floor. Take some nice long deep breaths in and out through the nose, into the lower back here. Just allow the hands and arms to rest alongside you. No pressing, no pushing, no pulling. And if you find you don't need your blocks or your bolster, you can remove those, take them off to the side. Just let the feet relax. And just breathe here for a few breaths. Really let that chin fall in toward the chest here, releasing through the back of the neck. And with the hands alongside you on the floor, we'll just activate through those feet a little bit here. Flexing, making the toes all point toward the ceiling. Making the legs a little bit active. And then just start swaying very, very slowly like you're moving in slow motion. The upper body from side to side. Just changing where you're feeling that stretch in your back. Head and neck are still relaxed. Gentle movements here, finding what feels good for your body. And if stillness feels better, then please feel free to just stay still. And we'll slowly just move our way back to stillness at center. Take a really deep breath in and then let it out through the mouth. Another deep breath in through the nose. Letting it out through the mouth. Once more like that, deep breath in through the nose. Sighing it out through the mouth. Lightly engage your core muscles here. Use the strength in the arms to help walk you back up to seated upright. Moving slowly, moving carefully. And pausing once we're upright. Letting the body recalibrate. You can have the eyes opened or closed here, whatever feels best for you. And moving into our next posture, I'm going to mirror you, so you take your right leg out to the side, and then folding that left leg, bringing that left sole of foot toward the inner thigh, inner groin. You can have your blocks handy here if you'd like, in case you'd like to rest on the inside or outside of the leg. We'll bring the arms out to the sides, turn those palms forward. Inhale the arms up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. This time on your exhale, bringing the right hand down to the right shin, right knee, right thigh, or you can rest that forearm on the block on the inside or the outside of the leg. Find what feels good in your body here today. And if this arm up over the head is too much, please feel free to bring that arm back down alongside you, resting on the hip. Gently letting the shoulder drop, relax. Neck relaxes. Breathing into the side body here. If it's more comfortable for you to look down toward the floor with that head, please do so. And at this point, we'll gently invite in some movement on this side. You can try taking that top arm, the left arm, in some circles here. Forward, up, back, and down. And then reverse direction. And try opening that arm back toward the back more, and then rounding forward. Just opening and closing like a clamshell here. And the next time you round forward toward the floor, let that hand come down to rest, so you're kind of rounded over that leg now. Feeling that stretch in a different spot in the back. Just a few deep breaths here. And if it feels good, you can maybe move the torso a bit here. This is all just an experiment to find what's going to make your body feel the best. And if you're moving, we'll come to stillness. Engage the muscles lightly. Use your hands. Help walk you back up to center. Coming back upright, stacking the spine. Pausing here, eyes opened or closed. Gently blinking the eyes open if they were closed. We'll switch to the other side, so we'll move our blocks in case we want to use them over here. Hand behind that right knee, picking it up, folding it in, extending the left leg out to the side. Right foot comes toward the inner thigh, inner groin. We start with our nice tall spine, get comfortable here. We place those blocks on the inside and outside. Arms out to the sides, palms facing forward. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. This time on the exhale, left hand comes toward the left shin, the left thigh, forearm on the block on the inside or the outside. Find what feels good to open into this other side. Shoulders relax away from the ears. And if the arm up doesn't work, you can bring it down to the hip. Letting everything relax into this side. And then bringing that gentle movement in here, circling the arm if you'd like. One way. And then the other. And then the next time that arm comes up to the top, opening back. And then rounding forward. Inhaling to open, exhaling to close. Just a few more times on your own breath. And then the next time that hand comes down toward the floor, allowing it to rest, rounding in, bringing that stretch into a different part of the back, in the side. Gently engaging the muscles here. Use the hands. Walking back up to center. Resting upright, eyes opened or closed. The eyes are closed, gently blinking them open. Moving that front block. We'll pick up the knee, bending it back in, bringing both feet together in front of us into a butterfly position here. Soles of feet together, as close to or as far away from you as is comfortable. Inhaling here into your nice tall spine. You can stay right here, or you can choose to hinge from the hips to fold. Finding our stillness here first. you'd like, you can invite in that gentle sway that we did at the beginning in the seated forward fold. Just allow the body to be soft here. And then as we slowly move back to center, lightly engage the core, use the hands, use the arms, pushing you back upright. Bringing those knees together, placing the feet flat on the floor. You can place the hands on the floor behind you, opening up through the chest here. Windshield wiper those knees back and forth. And then coming back to stillness. We're going to come forward onto all fours next. So moving slowly, moving gently, making your way there. Making sure that we can stack our joints properly here. Knees directly beneath the hips, ankles and toes behind the knees, wrists beneath the shoulders, fingers spread nice and wide. Nice neutral spine to start. As we inhale, rocking the sit bones toward the ceiling, belly toward the floor, stretching the collarbones forward for our cow. As we exhale, pulling that belly up and in, round the back toward the ceiling, head drops toward the floor for our cat. Inhaling cow, tailbone first, let that ripple up the spine, gaze slightly forward. Exhaling cat, tailbone first, rippling through the spine, push that floor away with the hands. Just move through this a couple more times on your own breath, inhaling for your cow. And exhaling cat. And if you want to add any movements in here, maybe taking the hips a little side to side. Just make this feel good for your body. Loosen up all those sore muscles. If you're enjoying your movement in your cat-cow, please stay here, continue with your cat-cow. If you'd like to come into a downward facing dog, I know my practice sometimes doesn't feel complete without one. We'll place the hands where they're comfortable for your dog, fingers spread nice and wide, curl toes under inhale, exhale, press those hips up and back, knees are bent. Same thing here, straighten through one leg and then the other. Just find little movements, find what's feeling good, helping to loosen those muscles. If you're a little congested still, this may help with that. And if it's uncomfortable, please just come back down, continue with your cat-cow. Just a few more breaths here. And if you're in your dog, I want you to come back to stillness. Inhale here. Exhale, bring those knees back down to the mat. Meeting everybody else on all fours. We'll inhale here. Exhale, sit the hips back toward the heels, coming into a child's pose. You can rest the seat on a block, a bolster, a blanket. Resting the torso on a bolster or block. whatever you need to make your child's pose comfortable here. Taking some nice, long, slow, deep breaths into the low back. Gently lifting the head slightly here. We're going to walk both hands over toward the right. Taking that left hand over, stretching through the left side. Allowing the forehead to rest back down on the floor, if it reaches. Just a few deep breaths into the side here. Gently walking the hands back through center. Pause at center for a moment. Deep breath in and out. And then walking both hands over to the left. Stretching that right arm over. Lengthening through the right side. Deep breaths here. And deep breath in, breathing out, and gently walk the hands back to center. One last big stretch here and centering your child's pose. And then gently engaging the core, use the arms, walking the hands back toward the knees, coming up to seated on the heels for a moment. Just pause here. And then as you're ready, we'll sit the hips over to one side, stretching the legs long in front of us once again. Coming to face you once again. Coming up nice and high on the sit bones. We're going to take cow face, legs next. So we'll start with the right leg extended. Bend that left leg. And bring that knee over to stack. You can choose to stay with just half shoelace, as we call it in yin, this way, or you can take that bottom leg and fold it in two. So we want to have the knees stacked here. We're not going to worry too much about the distance of the feet being equal since this is an easy class. So just make sure you can get settled here. Find a place that's comfortable. And if you try this variation and it's not working, just extend that bottom leg back out. So closing the eyes here. Just take a few deep breaths down into the hips. Spine's still nice and tall. You can place the hands on the feet here if that's comfortable. We can stack them on the knees. blinking the eyes open. We're going to bring the arms out to the sides, palms facing forward. Inhale the arms up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale, arms to shoulder height. We're going to take and cross the right hand in front of us, left hand on top, crossing at the elbows, bending here. You can bring the backs of hands together. You can try double wrapping if this works for your body. If neither of those options are working, just give yourself a big hug here. So find what's comfortable for you. You want to be feeling a stretch across the back of the shoulders here and through the backs of the shoulder blades. Let those shoulders relax down away from the ears. Just starting here in stillness. Nice deep breaths. Now here, if you'd like to invite in a little bit of movement, you can start taking that upper body just in little circles, like you're drawing a little circle on the ceiling with the fingertips if your hands are up in the eagle wrap. We'll just start going one way. And then the other. If you don't like the circles, just experiment. Find what feels good, what's going to give you the best stretch in the backs of those shoulders. You can even just sway side to side. And then coming back to center stillness. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. We'll slowly let those arms unravel and gently bringing them down to the sides. Rest the fingertips on the mat. Unraveling the legs carefully, taking that top leg, extending it in front of us, extending the other leg. Coming back to center in our seated staff pose. Just pause here for a moment. Notice how the body's feeling. And then moving on to the other side. Left leg stays extended on the floor to start. Bending that right knee, crossing it over, stacking the knees, staying here if this is comfortable. If you want more, leaning over, bending that other leg, settling in here, taking some nice deep breaths into the hips. Bringing the arms out to the sides, palms facing forward. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, down. Inhale up. Exhale, down. Inhale up. Exhale, arms to shoulder height. Inhale, left arm comes forward. Right arm crosses over top. Crossing at the elbows, backs of hands together. Double wrapping if you'd like. If that doesn't work, hugging opposite shoulders. Taking nice deep breaths into the upper back on this side. Let the shoulders relax away from the ears, nice space in the neck. Inviting that gentle movement in on this side, starting with those circles one way. Just circling that upper body from the shoulders up. And then the other. And then just maybe swaying back and forth a little bit with the upper body. And then coming back to center stillness, big breath in, big breath out. And gently unraveling the arms, slowly bringing fingertips down to the mat. Unraveling the legs, taking that top leg out straight, followed by the bottom. You can windshield wiper those toes back and forth here. And then coming back into our easy cross-leg seat. Grabbing your prop or your cushion if you need to sit up further. Sitting up nice and tall on the sit bones. Bringing arms out to the sides, fingertips on mat to start here. Make sure you're sitting up nice and tall. We're going to take the right arm around behind us. See if you can get that palm to come around where you can grab this opposite elbow. If that doesn't work for you, you can rest that back of hand on the low back here. We just want to get a gentle opening through this shoulder on this side. But if you can grasp this opposite arm, you have that range of motion, please do. We'll start here, inhaling nice and tall. Exhale, take the left ear over to the left shoulder. We want gentle sensation in the side of the neck here. Ears falling directly toward the shoulder to start. Nice deep breathing. Very gently turning the nose now down toward the floor. Moving slowly here. Stopping where you feel the stretch. Gently moving to turn the nose back through center, and then maybe toward the ceiling very slightly. Make sure your spine is staying upright. And gently taking that nose back to our starting point, ear directly above the shoulder, unclasping that hand behind you, bringing it back out to the side, fingertips onto the floor. Left fingertips to the temple here, gently pushing that head back up to center. Pause here with the eyes closed. Notice how the sides feel. And gently blink the eyes open. Switch the cross of the legs. Starting here in our tall spine once again. Taking the left arm out to the side and then bringing it behind us. Back of hand to the low back. If you can bring it the whole way around to that side waist. And gently get a hold of that opposite elbow. We'll inhale here nice and tall. Exhale. Taking right ear to right shoulder. Moving slowly, start turning that nose down toward the floor. Stopping where you feel the stretch. Gently turning that head, nose goes back through center. Maybe turning toward the ceiling just a bit. And then gently bringing that nose back to the starting point. Unclasping that arm, bringing those fingertips back down to the floor. Right fingertips to the temple, gently pressing the head back up to center. Pausing here, tall spine. Just take a scan, notice how the body feels now as opposed to how it felt at the start of our practice today. Eyes are closed, gently blinking them back open. To close our practice today, I'm going to give you the option of coming into Supta Baddha Konasana, supported on a bolster, instead of a traditional Shavasana. Of course, if you would like traditional Shavasana, please come into that. If you're going to take the supported Baddha Konasana, I'm going to recommend a bolster. I just have my little one handy, so we'll use him today. Placing that the long ways on your mat here. Turning, have your blocks handy. Start with those feet flat. Bringing that low back right up next to the edge of your bolster. And then slowly rolling down. Maybe lift that seat, lengthen the lower back. Adjust here. Let the arms fall down beside you. Gentle opening across the chest. If you like it here with the feet flat, you can bring those feet a little wider, let the knees fall together. If you want to come into the Baddha Konasana, we'll bring soles of the feet together. You can support those knees with the blocks. Just make yourself as comfortable as possible whether you're taking regular Shavasana, Supta Baddha Konasana, or just the constructive rest pose with the feet flat. Make any adjustments you need here so that you can let the body completely relax. let the breath slow down here. Be thankful that your body's healing, that you're recovering from your illness. As we begin to relax from head to toe, feeling all tension, all stress drain from the head, draining down through the jaw and down through the neck, through the tops of the shoulders, and down through the arms, and out through the fingertips. Tension draining from the upper back and chest, and down through the torso, down through the hips, down through the lower back, draining down through the legs, out through the toes. Allowing the whole body just to melt into the floor here. Taking this much needed rest to let your practice settle into the body. If you have longer, I encourage you to stay here resting as long as you possibly can. If you're ready to move on, we'll gently begin to wiggle through the fingers and the toes. Taking any stretches, any movements you need to here to wake up the body. If you're in the Baddha Konasana, we'll bring the hands to the thighs. Gently lift those knees back up, bringing the feet flat to the floor. Moving our blocks to the side so that we can roll over onto our right side and rest there a moment. Moving gently. And then as you're ready, push through that top arm, bringing yourself back up to seated, coming back into our easy cross leg. We'll bring our arms out to the sides, palms facing forward. Inhale, arms up, hands together at prayer. Exhaling that prayer down to heart center. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope you're feeling better soon. Let me know in the comments below if this class helped you at all, and I'll see you next time.